Halløj alle sammen, og velkommen til Teammødet.
Hej. Hej. Tak for det.
Også for dem, der ikke er på lige nu, og ser den her lidt senere. Det er helt fantastisk at få folk på. Og nu vil vi lige gå og mute alle sammen. Og husk, at alle kan jo faktisk komme ind og unmute bagefter. Hej Jimmy, og der er flere folk, der holder med. Det var godt at komme på. Men nu muter jeg, og I kan altid unmute jer selv. Så. Fantastisk. Muter jeg lige her, Marco. Fordi at nu kommer jeg lige til at slå over til engelsk, så jeg håber, det er okay for alle, men det bliver det jo. Yes, okay. Marco, we are so honored to have you come onto our team meeting with the Danish team. We're excited. We've been excited for a while. As you know, the Danish team that is on this call are the ones who took Top Gun for Denmark in silver and gold and executive and platinum and diamond and #2 in director. Yay, 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 what a team.
Tillykke. Like the Flotman. Great job, everybody. Congratulations.
And you know, everybody is just so excited. We've got people of all ages in the team. We've got a whole team of young people also, and I think the team has never been more excited than they are right now. Can we agree on that, everybody? Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, and we really are. You know, we're going to be that team that everybody in Denmark's been talking about. People are running for things this month, and when we hear you, Marco, we all kind of go, wow. And so we know you have the experience, and actually I don't think everybody has even heard your story. So maybe you could just start by telling people, you know, how did you get started in direct sales, and how did you switch over here to Zinzino?
Absolutely, Carla. Thanks for having me, and I'm always happy if I can help. Of course, if I have time, I'll always take time for people who I can add value to, because that's why I do this industry, right? To add value to people, help people grow, help people succeed. So I'm always happy if I can help in any way. Yeah, my background, it started actually in January, which will be 10 years ago. But at that time, I was living in Sweden, and I was playing soccer in second division. So every night was soccer, but daytime I was also working for a big newspaper. So I was working 10 hours a day, playing soccer every night, and my life had been that from 19 to 25. I was 25 when I started, and I felt like life must be more than this. Working, soccer, sleep. Working, soccer, sleep. And I wanted so much more. And then I got a presentation. I actually said no first. So when you call somebody in a negative and say, no, I don't have time, don't give up. Because I said no first, I don't have time. And then luckily I came to Magnus, was the guy's name, to his place a couple of weeks later, and took a look and signed up that night. I told him, I don't have a lot of time, but I know what I'm doing today will not take me to where I want to go. So 7 hours a week I can do. And that was my start. 7 hours a week, 7 presentations per week for 1 year, no matter how it goes. That was my decision. That's how I got started. 40 euros was income month 1, 100 euros month 2. And then I went full time after 9 months when I passed 40,000 kroners. And now that's in October, it's exactly 9 years I've been doing this full time. And of course, those 40 euros month 1 led to way over 10 million Danish kroners in income in this industry. But it started really with 81 names on the list, 5 first friends I called laughed at me, didn't want to look at it, 7 first live presentations, all said no. So I know, of course, what you have to go through to make it happen, but also know if you have the desire, you're willing to pay the price, I know what this industry can do for you. That's a little of my story. And then, Carl, like you're talking why Zinzino for me, I was with my first company for 5.5 years. And after that, I started to understand the industry I started building international all over the world, or especially Europe and US at the time. And I got to know the industry, and I saw that company was not run the right way. It was too focused on recruiting, not on customers. So I felt that I had to do something else. So I walked away from that with my main leaders, went to a second company where we launched, and we launched went very well. But after 6 months, I joined based on the founders telling me stuff. 6 months later, that was not the same thing as they had told me. So I walked away from over 200,000 kroners a month income to start over again, because I thought that this is not done the right way. And this industry is the best industry in the world if you do it the right way. But always focus on people and don't use people for your own benefit, and don't lie to people. Be honest. That's why I walked away from that. And long story short, after that, I checked 15, 20 companies. I told my team Zinzino is the best, but it was not opened outside of Scandinavia, March 15 in Europe. So I went to another company. I was there for 16 months, did very well again. August 16, I made 16,000 euros in that company and resigned to come to Zinzino, because I said I'm willing to look stupid in the short term to win in the long term. So if this is your first company, congratulations. I did the due diligence for you.
Yay! I think that is a huge testimony of you knowing all these companies and you saying, Zinzino's it, because the rest of us, you said you hit the jackpot the first time. Woohoo! So,
yep.
But then, you've learned a lot in the industry also. So you got started, and you chose it. You said the founders and the products, and it was test-based, and you wanted a company to last, but now we just need to learn to build it. So that's kind of, I know you started by saying you had some people laughing at you in negatives, because we were just talking before you came on somebody, you guys know who you are, who had just had some negative meetings, and they're like, oh, people can be negative. But you knew that this worked. So what are you doing in regards to presentations? You said you made a commitment to 7 a month or 7 a week. And then from there, we want the tools. Do you have?
Yeah. I would say number one, you hear it always, find out why you do it and what you want to do with your business, right? So number one, it is starting with why you want to do it. So at the end of the day, you have to start with the end in mind. And the end in mind is your vision. What is it that you want to create? So when you create that picture for your future, what is it that you want to create? And that is critical to take time for that. Why? It's so critical because when you contact people, people follow a person with a vision. So if you call with posture and you tell them, this is what I did, as I screwed up, because I wrote a list of 81 names and I contacted everybody. First couple laughed at me, and to get those 7 first presentations, I burned another, 5, 10, 15 people that burned off the list directly. At my job, the day after I signed up, I was too excited at lunch. So I was talking about this opportunity, and it was one influential guy, one of the managers there. He ridiculed this industry. He kind of killed another 15 people on my list. And at night for soccer, same thing there, that killed the list. So I got so much negativity my first 48 hours. But luckily, my sponsor already asked me that night, Marco, what do you expect out of the business? What is it that you want to create? So I would say, one, really know what it is, because if you have posture when you call people, that will change everything. So knowing what you want, as you always hear, but at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, not if you heard it 8 times, the relevant thing is, have you done it? Have you sit down and really write down what is important for me? How do I want to live my life? Because when my friends who was partying weekends, because I was 25, watching soccer, playing soccer, and partying weekends, talking about girls at the soccer practice, and I felt these guys will never put food on my table, so why would I listen to them? I want to find people who have what I want to have, and then I ask them, what did you do? So know what you want, and then I have to write it down myself. This is good stuff. Know what you want, and then number 2, prepare that new person. So if I signed, I would say, Lasse started tonight, and I would say, let's say, what do you expect out of the business? Why did you decide to do it? Because I want to know why he does it. But after that, I want to, number two, prepare him. I'm going to prepare him for what he's going to hear. You can hear this as a pyramid scheme, and people want to understand why. Then I share why people will say that. Because if I prepared last time for that, and then he called his first friend, and then his friend said, oh, how's that cast, man? They don't ski, they don't know. Then I prepared last time, and he's ready for that. So then he's going to think like, that's what Marco told me. But if you just talk about, oh, this is so fun, we just share love, we share from our heart, it's so easy, it's so, and then they get one friend laugh at them, knock out. They're out of the business because you made it sound too easy. So prepare them for that. That is so, it's crucial. And then having the goal, because the goal and why is two different things. The goal is really writing down when I'm going to have this 4 for 10, when they're an executive, when do I go crown, when do I go president, and then having a plan with that. Because this business is simple if you run it with numbers and very predictable. So if Lasse started tonight, he said, Mark, I want 4 partners and 4 customers in 10 days. Great, Lasse. It's doable. So what we need to look at, number one, is we need to teach you how to invite. Because that's the first skill you need to know. If you're effective in invitation, we can make this work. Then I tell him, you want 4 customers? 1 out of 2, if we meet them and invite them correctly, will be customers. So then you know we need to have we need to meet 8 potential customers to get your 4. 1 out of 4.5, 1 out of 5 partners will start. So you want 4? We need to sit down with 20 people. Then you're going to reach your goals, that's them. A good week, out of 20, you have 7, 8. Bad week, you have 1 or 2. But average, you will have around 4. So I prepare them for that plan, so they have a predictable plan, realistic plan. So it's always a matter of balancing the realistic plan, but also the big vision, the long term that will make them stretch. It's always balancing the short term and the long term. But even the long term, you have to break it down to those weekly actions. So set realistic plans, but at the same time stretch them. Because if you talk to me when I was making money for my soccer, I was making probably 40,000 Danish kroner from my job, and you would have talked to me about 10,000 kroner extra, you would have lost me in a heartbeat. So meet people where they're at. That's the secret. Meet people where they're at when you meet them. That's a different topic. That's when you're making a presentation. When you start a new partner, meet people where they're at. That's another key thing that changed everything for me once I started to do that. So what made me have the success, it was, I had the goal, I had the plan, 7 presentations per week, no matter what. I'm going to do that. So the secret was, I had the desire because I wanted freedom. I had the desire, but I also had the willingness to work. Because you have to understand that success is 100% up to you. But you have to understand that you will have to pay the price. Because the price of excellence is a price that will take more than average effort. That's all it is. Nothing comes for free, but it's so worth it. So you have to be willing to pay the price. You have to work for it. So you make a plan and you stick to it. Because many people, they make the plan and they only want to work the days they don't feel like it. Secret to success is what you do the days you don't feel like it. You need to have the discipline to do the job, stick to the plan no matter what. And then outwork your competition. If you want a successful team, you have to remember, you often hear, no, there's no I in team. No, but there's a big E. And E stands for example. And M, there's a me. Because E stands, this is something I made up actually last week when I sat at Globe and I heard they talk at the Garden and said, there's no I in team. And I thought, there's I in team. What is there in team? Well, I like to think extra, like, what is there in team? There's a T-E-M. What is E? Example is good. E, example, because every team that is successful has the example. So there's an E. And then M is me. So you have to look at yourself and realize that if it's to be, it's up to me. So you have to be an example for your team. You have to raise the hand. You have to go harder. You make that plan. Example, I said 7 presentations per week. Not personal. If I started last day, you brought 5. I just called 2. Next week, we have 3 people, brought 4 each. I did 12. I called nobody, but at least 7 presentations per week. So 1 week I had 6 meetings. It was a Sunday. I had a canceled meeting on the Sunday. It was like 6, 7 o'clock. And I sat there and said, wow, I have 6. So if you want what 100,000 people are having, you have to be willing to do what 100,000 people are willing to do. So I thought, what can I do now? I need 7. Who can I call? I don't know. Okay, I go to a car, I drive to the gas station. I didn't even need fuel, but I put some extra fuel in my car, walked into the gas station with a brochure, with a sample, and started talking to the guy that working there. Ended up me drawing a circle, give me a sample, and talking about the business. He was not interested. But it doesn't matter because I walked out at least 20 centimeters taller than when I walked in, because I've done the most important thing, that is sticking to my plan so I can trust myself, so I can build self-confidence.
So it's your discipline. But that's the thing, your discipline, you can feel that it shows through it. Your discipline with your sports. I mean, you would never have been on a soccer team if you didn't have the discipline to be working a little bit harder. And people can do this at their own pace, but if people want to really do this as a business and take it to the next level, they have to be willing to have that discipline. You said success is up to you, 100% up to you.
Yep. And meeting people where they're at. So if I sit with somebody that tells me, Mark, I want to do this for 5,000 kronor extra in a 5-year plan. Of course, this is not the talk I do with them, because it's all about meeting people where they're at. But now I'm here to giving you, like Carl asked me, so why did you succeed? This is why I succeeded. Because I worked the days I don't feel like it. I created my vision board. I put it next to my computer, next to my TV, my dream home, my dream car, my dream life, how I want to have my life. So when I sat in the sofa watching TV, which is when you watch TV, you're just sitting there watching other people work, because they get paid to be there, and you see to waste your time to watch other people work. So when I sat in my sofa watching other people work, I saw a vision board, and I realized, like, well, I'm sitting here. And I looked at a lot of soccer. So my sponsor even told me, Mark, aren't you tired of sitting on a sofa and cheering and celebrating when everybody else is winning? And then you see these guys on TV, when you see them in the city, they won't even say hi to you. Does that make sense? Maybe not. So if you, I did a training today for my main leaders. Every Monday morning I have a leadership call, and I did a training this morning for my main leaders on the law of sacrifice by John C. Maxwell. And he talked about to go up, you have to give up. So sometimes you have to sacrifice things in the short term. Now I'm talking to you if you have big goals, but I know a lot of you have big goals here. So like for me, I sacrificed watching soccer for a couple of years actually. Didn't even look at it. That's always been my passion. But if I'm here and I want to take my life here, there's some things I have to give up. And that was the Sunday night Champions League game. That was the Saturday night, the Saturday Premier League game, the Sunday when Juventus was playing. I gave it up. So when my friends called me, Marco, Wednesday night, we're going to have all the friends over. It's Juventus playing Champions League. Say, sorry, Lucas, I can't make it. Why? I have to do presentations. I'm working on my dreams. Yeah, but what are you talking, Juventus? Yeah, I don't care. That won't take me closer to my dreams. So, and I told them, I'm going to sacrifice now a couple of years. So in the future, if I want, I get a season ticket and fly into Torino, look at their games every second week if I want. And now a month ago I was there. I looked at Juventus, Napoli, 2 best teams. Last week I went to see El Clasico here in my city, Barcelona, Real Madrid. We had a VIP ticket, ate some food, at champagne in the break. Because now I have the freedom to do it if I want to. But every time you want to take your life to the next level, there's something I have to sacrifice. For some, it can be during a 60-day period. For some, it can be the next 6 months. You give up, like I did at soccer nights, because if I spend 5-10 hours a week looking at soccer and then 5-10 hours looking at my social media, give up social media for a week and my soccer game. And instead of spending 7 hours a week on social media, I spend 1 hour and I have 6 hours for my business, no soccer. I have another 8 to 10 hours a week. There I have my 16 hours. So it's only about prioritizing the right, correct way. So okay. that was a little short.
No, but it tells why you got to where you are today. Is that, it's kind of like, you get by everybody else. It's that fast track feeling. If you want to get farther, you do more. So you said that invite. So that's one of the things that people have to do. They have to invite. That's number one.
Yep.
So what else? I know there's other things we want, because a lot of people have trouble inviting, but once they get past that, then what's next, Marco?
I mean, short how I invite, because I think that is so critical how you invite. Because after that is, effective presentation, learn how to follow up, use a three-way call, third part, and then promoting the event. So what you need to do is really be effective in invitation, because and create your story. Your story is critical. When you present, what is your story and your vision, so you can share it in a compelling way. This is critical. But back to the invitation, how I invite, because if you invite with posture, people will want to listen. So number one, sit down and think about why you do this. What is it that you want to create? Because if you get excited, you can hear when I talk about this, I speak from my heart. I know why I do this. I get fired up. This is why people follow me. They can hear something's going on here. I don't know what he's up to, but I can hear he's excited. I will at least listen to it. So get excited, get fired up, and people will listen to you. So invitation starts with you knowing why you do. You get excited, and then this is how I call. We say I call JP. We say he was an old friend from the past. I call him with posture. I just pick up the phone, and I can tell you, I still hate making phone calls. I don't like it. I don't know why. I used to be, before I could not even, if I look 10, 15 years ago, if it was a friend in my room, I was calling my mother. I couldn't even call my mother. I had to go to a room by myself. I don't know. The phone for me is still heavy. But then I need to do that self-talk, like, okay, Marco, do you really want to reach your goals? Yes, I want to. Yeah, either make that phone call or forget your dream. What would be the worst for you? To make that phone call or give up on your dreams? Because you have to remember, if you call somebody and they say no, you're at the exactly same level as before you called, because you had a no before you called. So if you called and got a no, you're back to where you were before you called. Mm-hmm. But you actually took two steps in the right direction, because you grew. You grew because you did something that was uncomfortable. And when something is uncomfortable, if you do it enough times, it becomes at least less uncomfortable. Many say you do that. One guy told me 10 years ago, yeah, but if you do it enough times, everything that is uncomfortable gets comfortable. I realized he was a liar, because for me to call, it's still uncomfortable. But I know either get uncomfortable and call somebody or give up on my dream.
Yeah. I think that's such a key, and there are, I remember you were talking about, those 6 priorities we have to learn, Inviting is number one. You need to learn how to invite. And you need to know how to present, and you need to know how to promote the events and how to follow up. I think that's how you said it, right, Marco? You were talking.
Absolutely. But before we go on, it's so important, the invitation. So start with you knowing why you do it, to get fired up or to get excited. Whatever you need to do to feel excited.
And remember one thing. You're talking to Danish people, because I'm the American. I can do this. You can feel your excitement. I don't know. Danish people, you got Peter Sorensen. He's fired up. But you can feel their excitement anyway through it. Actually, I know quite a few people on here, and they're just like on fire. Yeah, I could see Susie. She's got her light on, even though she said she didn't have makeup on. Well, she's up there anyway. No, but it really is. People are fired up. They want to make the presentations. They want to make the most out of this month. So calling is number one. I'll let you speak now.
Yeah, and about being excited is not, I don't call somebody and look strange and wave and stuff. It's kind of like I get excited, fired up within myself, and then I want to sound normal when I contact people. Don't be weird. So I get myself fired up why I do it, and then I call them, because then I put myself in the right frame of mind, with the right posture, because if I do that, I express a totally different feeling. So if I call JP, it would sound like this. This is exactly how it would probably look. I would stand up, I would say, hey JP, how are you doing? Marco Passanante. Hey, it's been 8 years. What do you do nowadays? Blah, 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 blah. Hey, great. Hey JP, the reason I call you is because I partnered up with a Swedish publicly traded health company that's expanding big time in Jylland or Copenhagen, wherever you are. In Copenhagen right now. I thought about you JP, because you've always been an ambitious person, or whatever he was, outgoing, always, had a good influence on people. Whatever I find positive with JP, that's what I would say. Never lie. So this is why I call you JP. So if you're open for the opportunities, we need to meet. He would always say, yeah, but Marco, what is it about? Hey JP, that's why I want to meet you. As I said, Swedish public traded health company, expanding big time now. I can tell you, I'm building a franchise concept out of e-commerce business. It's the future. So as I said, if you're open, we need to meet. Yeah, but can you send me something? Hey JP, of course I can send you a lot of things, but I've met you for 8 years, and I don't feel very professional going to business details over the phone. So JP, if you're open for opportunities, let's meet. JP, if you're not open, you're not the person I'm looking for. It's up to you.
Uh-huh.
I don't chase people. I have fun with it. I share from my heart. If it says no, great. I don't have time to waste. Now I'm talking how I invite the people on my partner list.
So Marco, when you have that, and now I know that you have built 6 diamonds in your team, and 6 different, well, more than that, but 6 in different countries. So you're not just
2 directors.
So are you meeting over Zoom meetings, or how are you meeting the people that are living farther away? I mean, Denmark's a little country, but we're still hours apart from Copenhagen to the northern part of Jutland and different places. So are you meeting with them personally?
I mean, I always want to meet people personally, because this is a relationship business. And don't think you can recruit somebody by sending a video and not calling them before and after and this stuff, because then you will be disappointed. Because if I recruit people with a video, this is a guy who made over €1 million a month, told me this. He said, because they asked him, are you using online a lot? Are you sending a video? He said, I never send a video to anybody, because there's something they can't compete with. That is my smile, my personality, my handshake. Because if I can recruit, he said it, if I can recruit them by sending a video, yeah, then a couple of months later, somebody create a better video, they're off to their business. Of course, you can use the video, but you still have to talk to them before sharing your story. And then after, talk to them to follow up after as well. Of course, you can send a video, but I always want to meet if I can. But if I look at my personal role people, that is executive and above. I have 1 director in Sweden, one diamond another diamond in Sweden, 1 director in Austria, 1 diamond in Germany, 1 executive in Denmark, soon to be diamond probably, 1 diamond in US, 1 diamond in Spain. That's 70% with diamonds, 1 executive, and then in Switzerland 1 gold. Of course, I don't have time to meet all the time. So what I do with people online is what I would do offline. I call them first, talk to them, get them on a Zoom, and I talk to them on a Zoom, and then I follow up on the Zoom again, like I would do offline. If they're far away, then like in Italy now, I have 1 gold. I started a group last month. So I have 1 goal there. I hope it probably will go executive at least this month in Italy. So what I did there was starting with a Zoom. Then once he had 4 people, I said, when you 4 can commit to invite 6 people each, I'll book a flight ticket, we do a business opportunity meeting. So I want to come in, do a couple of 2-on-1s with them, and then business opportunity meeting. But then I go back, do some Zooms with them. So of course you can build it online that way. But I always say, think globally, but act locally. Focus on building a strong global, local market, and then be global out of there. Because my first 3-4 years in this industry, I built it from my city and with a 4-hour drive from there. Then all of a sudden, somebody knew somebody in another city, another country. All of a sudden, I was in state. A couple of years later, I had a huge business in South Korea. I had to go to Seoul to do events with my South Korean team. But it was me starting somebody who knew somebody in US, who knew somebody back to Europe, who knew somebody over in South Korea, who knew somebody in Japan, some team in Japan. It's like, that's how it starts, because everybody knows somebody in a different city or country.
But I like that you say it's the same process, the same system. You build the relationship. You can, and if you're going to do a meeting, you do it with the exact same thing you would do if you were in person. So it's the same system. Because we're ready to go.
Because today, I just want to add there with the online thing today, because you have so many, I call them BS marketing guys or jokers. They want to sell you online BS that they never built anything themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like, without mentioning names, they've probably heard about some people there. But their parents built a big business. They got a position, then they got a leg built here. So they had a big income, never built anything themselves. So now they want to sell you online systems, online tactics, and they actually never built anything with themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So without the full story, don't listen to all that junk. I did that mistake when I started building in the US. All of a sudden, I was getting a chance to work with some of my biggest idols in the past, and I got to know and build the business with them and got to know them behind the scenes. So especially some people with this online stuff, I've seen the back offices and stuff, what they say in the trainings and what they actually do for real. So it's sad how I call them I told one of the guys, I said, for me, what you're doing, it's almost a fraud. That's what it is. They're misleading people, stealing people's money, want to sell them a free book, and then when you're going to pay the free book, it's $24.95 for shipping and handling. That just kills business. I just wanted to add that. So always be careful who you listen to. That would also be an important advice along the way. I had to learn the hard way.
But it is important to be doing the personal development, and we have a ton of books and CDs and tons of GoCore and everything there, and people can ask questions if they want more, and make sure that they're using the right material. So that's the one side of the personal development, and then it's the action. So build yourself, build the business, and you said, inviting and then presentations, and we have all these campaigns. How are we going to get the most out of November? I mean, it's already the 5th of November. And I know there's so many people who want to hit a next level, or they are working on the T750, or they're working on, yes, you can see people are excited. They want to hit those next level. How are they going to get the most out of 200%?
Yeah, I mean, I had a talk actually I had talks with multiple people about the same topic today, like in my team. Like one, he called me and he said, yeah, Mark, I need to go diamond this month. I want to go diamond. Okay, so what do we need here? And we draw out the plan, we check the volume, and then I just said, so what do you have in your calendar for next 48 hours? Nothing. Great. So how are you going to go diamond? Didn't know what to say. I said, no, but listen here, if you want a diamond, show me your list now. Yeah, I don't know where it is. You don't even have a list. Okay, call me when you're ready to go diamond. What do you mean? I want to go diamond. I'm ready. I even have a list. And I said, go do your list. So when you do the list, I want to talk to him again. And from there, next step is invite. Because we need to at least have, if you want to go diamond to silver today, we need at least 10 meetings for the next 5 days. If you have 10 meetings for the next couple of days, because you need 2, 3, 4 new partners and a couple of customers this week for you to even still believe you can do it the 15th. So psychologically, you need some new volume now. So I'll just say it's very easy. You write a list, you invite 30 people, and you're going to get a successful month. That's how easy it is. The hard thing is to do it. But this is also why it can be very frustrating, because it sounds so simple. Sadly, it is. The action is simple. The hard thing is to just get the man in the mirror to lift the phone and make the calls and book the meetings.
Mm-hmm. But then, and you said, I know we've talked about that people should always be signing up with the Ultimate Kids. And it really is a matter of finding out the numbers. You're a numbers guy. You say, well, if you need this, you need this.
I mean, I even boil it down to so much. I asked them, so I tell him, so how many meetings do you have to do to get a partner? Because now we're talking about his partner list. I don't know. Yeah, but number one, we need to know, because then you can know how to reach diamond with yourself and in your group. So for example, if he says, yeah, every 4th meeting, I get a partner. Great. What is the average pack they buy? Mid-pack. Okay, so you need 5 meetings to get 150 credits. Then you know 5 meetings to get 150 credits. Then you know divide 150 on 5, that's 30 credits per meeting, no matter if you get a yes or no. Then you can just break down 30 meetings, 10 meetings. Then I have 300 credits, 10 meetings, no matter how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
So we can bend it down that way. And then you can go down to his team. If you have 4 people in his team that have 20 meetings each booked, then you know 5 people, 20 each, that's 100 is there, the average. But then I know how much I need to do myself to fill in the blank outside of the credits they will create. Then I always make sure I want to produce 20% higher than I think I need so I hit my goal. I can write that down as well. It was good.
Yeah, that was good. We got to say that again. You book 20% more meetings than what you need, because people cancel and things happen. So book more meetings. That makes sense.
Yep. And sadly, that's how easy it is. Because when you think, yeah, he has his experiences and blah, blah, that's why now he's Crown and 4,600 customers in 2 years, building 2 legs. So it's 4,600 balance. That I can tell you one thing, it was much easier, my second company and the first, because when you've been and you change again, trust me, it was not easy. I had to call, first company was 1 out of 5, then it was 1 out of 2.5, then it was 1 out of 6, which is, I had to call like 10 people to get 1 partner all of a sudden. So I had to work much harder, but there's safety in numbers. That's the good thing. So no matter if you need 1 or 10, I need 1 or 10, this is what Jim Rohn says. This is Jim Rohn, right? Safety numbers. If he competes against somebody who needs 1 or 3, and he needs 1 or 10, that person, he will beat him, because he just do so many more meetings. I will still beat you. And that's the good thing. The success is in your hands. That's the good news and the bad news. But if you learn to be disciplined, it's the good news.
I love that. And you were saying about recruiting, because you were one of the top recruiters out of the entire year. You recruited 50 people just this year. That's huge. And it kind of also,
a new one today, an ultimate bucket.
Woohoo! But I think a lot of people, they need to set, they feel like they're not hitting the goals that they set. And I think listening to you, it's pretty much success is up into your hands. Good news, bad news. It's 100% up to you. So it depends on what people want to do.
Stop focusing on results. If you're frustrated right now in your business, stop focusing on results and focus on what you can control. And what you can control is your activity. Mm-hmm. Like I did 7 weeks at least. 7 weeks. As long as I focus on that, I knew my business will grow. So focus on activity, that's what you can control. As long as you book those meetings, have high activity level, at the end of the day, you will have good results as well.
I love it. Well, Marco, it has been a pleasure. I mean, I think everybody's just been getting information. And actually, I think what we'll do is maybe if anybody has a question before, if Marco has time, we should maybe ask that. Marco, do you have a minute?
I have time. Wait a second. I have a call in 3 minutes. I will postpone that because I'm team in 20. I'm just going to tell this person that we talk after the team call. Give me 2 minutes and we can take questions. So you get 1 minute to prepare questions.
Så I'll say it in Danish. Hvis I har spørgsmål, så er det altså nu. Er der nogen, der har nogle bestemte ting, de vil gerne spørge til Marco, mens han lige laver den der? Fordi vi kan spørge direkte til ham, og det er lige nu, vi har chancen til det. Er der nogen, der har et spørgsmål? Lasse har en. Er der andre, der har en? Kom så, I kan godt være. I skal være frimodige. Er der andre, der har et spørgsmål? Søren, det kan godt være noget med hensyn til dig, med dit negative middel, det er Søren Olsen. Måske kunne du spørge om det? Vil du spørge det? Nej, okay. Men Lasse, du kommer på, at der andre, der har. I må lige tænke på det. Godt, Frederik. Okay, Marco, We're gonna take 2 questions, Lasse and then Frederick Jeppesen. Lasse? Oh, I don't know if I need to unmute you or if you do. There you go.
Okay. Yeah. Hi, Michael. I have a question regarding when you come from a dark past or a bad past, then you have a bad reputation in your city, but you want to contact a lot of those people. You know how to contact them, because when you talk about when you call people, if I go to Messenger now and I call a friend I haven't talked to in 10 years, he's going to be like, why are you calling me? Do you have any, do you need to build it up on Messenger first before you call, or?
I mean, what I do, if I talk to them for 10 years, before they call, of course, I open the conversation. So I would write, hey, Lasse, how are you doing nowadays? It's been many years. Sometimes I just open like that to get a response. But since I feel myself and I don't have time to waste, so I go a little more straight to the point. I say, hey, Lasse, how are you doing? It's been a long time. What are you doing nowadays? Then I say, hey, Lasse, call me on, I'll write my number, or leave your number, I'll call you, because there's something I want to talk to you about. And then if that person you work with has dark past, very low credibility, of course, it will take a little more calls to get meetings and a little longer process, of course, will take more patience. I prepare them for that. But then it's about promoting who you're working with. So if I know, we say, for example, I start working with you last, I know you've been in jail for 3 years and came out 2 years ago. And then when you invite people, I would have you just share from your heart and say, hey, Klaus, it's last day, it's been many years. How are you doing? Hey, Klaus, you know what? I partner up with Swedish Public Trade Health Company. We're expanding in Jylland right now. Hey, I was thinking about you because I partner up with one of the successful entrepreneurs, Carla, whoever you use there, that is a successful person. And they're helping me build this business. And you know what? I mentioned you for them. So if you're open for new opportunities, we should sit down, the 3 of us, because I told them that you could be the right person. And that's what approximately what I would say.
Mm-hmm. Love that.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Thanks.
Yeah.
Any more questions on that?
Yeah, we got.
No, that was it for now. Thank you.
Was it that? Did you like the answer? Did it make sense?
No, yeah. I'm gonna use that. That makes sense. It does. I'm gonna try and put that to use. Definitely. Thank you.
Fantastic. Frederick. Uh-oh. Did you freeze, Frederick? He got frozen down there.
Frederick froze.
Oh, yeah, my screen just froze. Sorry.
I know you're back.
Oh, we got it back.
Yeah. I actually have 2 questions, short ones. The first one, everyone knows that we have to read and listen as much as possible to develop ourselves. But how much do you work on that? Is it every day, or how's that?
Good question. Because that's one of my 6 habits. That 6 habits always brought me to success. That's why I had success in all the companies I've been. 6 same habits. 1 is invite, present, follow up. That's 3 of them. Every day I want to invite, present, follow up. Invite, present, follow up. Number 4 is who am I running? Meaning I always look at with strategies. Who is the next that within the first 30 days, 60 days, next rank, next executive, next diamond? Who am I helping reaching a goal? Number 5 is promoting events. And then number 6 is, to answer your question, personal development, at least 30 minutes per day. So every day I want to have at least 30 minutes. So every day I want to read, because I think read is so important. I highly recommend to read. And for some of you, if you're like me, in the beginning I started reading personal development. If I start read after 10 minutes, my brain starts flying around. What time is it? How long did I read? What did I miss it? So something that helped me there was to put the alarm on 30 minutes and put my phone on flight, not on flight mode, just on no sound. 30-minute alarm, put it away. I sit in my sofa, focus 30 minutes on reading. And that helped me a lot, because then I didn't start wondering, how long did I read? What time is it? Did I miss anything? In that way, I got calm. So 30 minutes per day. I read, and I want to listen daily as well. I wake up, I put something on. I go to the shower, I put something in the background. I drive, I put something in the background. I'm out walking. This in when at the gym, I personal development in. Always feeding my mind, feeding my mind, feeding my mind, feeding my mind. Daily, daily, daily. The reading, I wish I could do it daily, but there's a couple of days per week, I don't get it done.
Yeah, and is it a specific time in the day? Because personally, I think in the morning is the best time for me to read, because that's when my brain is getting programmed.
Yeah, I mean, that is good. I mean, I believe if you read in the morning, you put yourself in a totally different state. So you attract different circumstances in your life and the people and everything. So morning is perfect. And I highly recommend to schedule it. When I schedule it, I read every day. If I have a to-do and I say exactly tomorrow 9 to 9:30, I'm going to read. If I write it down, I'll get it done. If I don't plan it, because people told me in the past to work with me, Marco, you're like a robot. You're so disciplined. Yeah, because I write it down. But you know what? If I don't create that to-do list and the plan the night before, I don't get a lot of stuff done. I have no discipline then. But if I write it down, I have a plan, I'm super disciplined. But without a plan and to do, I can lose 6 hours easy.
Awesome. Frederick, did you have...
Yeah, I have another question. Now you said that your third, you said 6, was it? I can't remember. You had 6 things, 6 habits, yeah. Your third habit was follower. I have a small problem when when someone says no, it's not for them. I'm not quite sure how I should follow up on them without sounding irritating. So they don't think that I'm pushing.
Yeah, I mean, the follow-up after the meeting, I'll book a meeting from the meeting. Bam, 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 bam. Book a meeting from the meeting. So could be different areas there which you could be better at. But even to avoid the no could be a meeting presentation to close them. And people say, I don't close because I want to open people to the business. Now I'm talking partners. So I asked them, Carla, what do you feel is the next step for you from here? Yeah, I think sounds good. If it does sound good, I say, great. Shall we make your order now so we can get you started? I just ask questions. If she says, I need to think about it. Great. What is it that you feel you need to think about it? Yeah, it's maybe the business. Great. If I send you 2 links or 1 link, whatever you send them, because I just want to answer your questions. So if I call you tomorrow night at 8, I have time to go through it and write the questions just so I can answer your questions. Then it texts you, which happens often. Before that follow-up call, they call you and say, yeah, it's nothing for me, because they had to ask the cat for permission or the grandmother what they think. So then the text, yeah, thanks for the time. It's nothing for me. I try to call them. Often there they don't reply. I talk in a message, I text them, I say, hey, great, Lucas. Thanks for the meeting yesterday. I understand if it's nothing for you. You feel it that way today because you haven't got the full picture yet. But, you know, we have a business presentation Thursday at 7 o'clock. It's going to be some of the people I work with, you know, and then I promote a person there because they make them curious about the person. Carla's going to be there, you know, super successful entrepreneur. She built, you know, big business in the States, in Europe, and she's helping me, and think with her help, you could be successful as well. And so I would highly recommend come to that business opportunity meeting. So before you say no, you see the full picture. So you basically, Lucas, before you say no, I want you to see the full picture. So you actually say no for what it is and not what you think it is.
Love it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Oh, Søren has a question, I see. Yes, Søren, you've got you muted.
Marco, I have been held a lot of meetings, some centennial parties for my girlfriend's grandparents and their friends, and some of my friends and her friends, and there has been a lot of no's. Just no, everybody.
Welcome to the club.
but is it because I'm quite new in this company, so I'm not as confident as you are? Can it? Is it the reason?
Of Of course, that's a big part of it. I mean, when I started, I wrote down 81 names, tried to go through everybody. I had 2 people sign up out of my first 81 names on that list. And those 2 were not very ambitious. None of them are in my business today. So of course, you know, you will screw up a lot of content, and that's okay. That's part of the process. So of course, you'll get more no's in the beginning. That's why I always say, use a third part. When somebody's new, I'm going to go sit there with their grandparents with them. Because, and I tell them, if I worked with you, I would say, sir, book 5 meetings now, 2-on-1s, and 2-on-1 presentations. I'll do them with you, because that's how I create leadership in my group, but that's how I create confidence in the group. So my process there would be me, we, you. I do the first 5, 6, 7 presentations. You do one product part. I do a piece about next one. Then we switch. So we do together. The next one you do yourself. So in that way, I would use my sponsor in that way, or somebody's confidence, and you see that in your sponsor line. That's how you build confidence, and you get less known. That's why with your closest, always the hardest. I mean, I don't have anybody in my family, in my business.
That's a good thing to know.
No matter how confident I am and successful. I mean, no matter how successful I was or who is, or couldn't sign them up.
Amazing. Well, that has been a big help for all of us, I think, because when you guys have questions, it's probably stuff other people have questions with. So it's been great, Marco, and I'm going to unmute everybody so they can tell you. Well, actually, before I do that, I want to say that we've got these amazing campaigns right now. You know, everybody hitting A-team. Make sure you do that. Get those tests. Huge. And if you're already A-team, get the 5 points anyway, so you get those tests anyway. Yes, everyone's doing that.
Can I just still one short question?
Oh, of course,
one
Casper.
Short question. Okay, it's because I've been thinking about, you know, the attitude and the look that, you know, the clothes and all that kind of stuff. Are you thinking about that? Are you always suited up?
I mean, not suited up, but I teach my people to at least, you know, if they wear shorts, they wear at least a pair of jeans, and go, if you can't afford a nice button shirt, something, go to H&M. There's something for 99 kronor. Because I tell them, it's not for you. You have to think about, who do you want to attract into your business? You maybe can go with your friends. Like I had one guy, like, you know him very well, Richard Nilsson, director in my team, right?
Woohoo! We love Richard.
When I started working with him 9 years ago, in January, it would be 9 years ago, he had a piercing here. He was not dressing in a business way, if we say like that. So I sat down with Richie and I said, Richie, who do you want to attract to your business? What kind of people? Then he told me, yeah, everyone, they're good people. And yeah, then you have to think of one thing like this piercing here, Richie. Even if you think it's cool among your friends and this, it's okay. I don't judge. It's up to you. But you have to think about what message you're sending out. And for many people out there, it's not very professional if you come with a hat or you come with a piercing here. So at least dress in a professional way. Doesn't have to be a suit. Absolutely not. I don't wear a suit when I sit. If I would work with you, Casper, and you had to invite your friends, I wouldn't come in a suit. I would come in a pair of jeans, nice shoes, and this kind of shirt. And then I take it up a little, bam, bam, and then we go. So it's not about, I don't wear suits to it, but so I tell people you have to dress in a way so you don't scare away so you can say like this, when you present for them, they think, they don't think when you present it, what will my friends think? And then if you say, I will help you, we're going to do this, and you come with piercing here and hats on, they will feel, so I want to present this person to my best contact, to my friends. And often it's a no, so that's why I say you have to dress appropriate for not scaring away people. If somebody comes in my business presentation with a hat, I walk up towards them, and say, excuse me, please take away the hat, we're indoor. Because for many, having a hat indoor, it's disrespect. It's no manners. But then that means you lose a lot of people. That's like also, you don't talk politics. I don't talk religion. I don't talk about people who are homosexual or bisexual or hetero. You know, I don't talk about this topic because everybody has their opinions on that. And I don't want to scare away anybody's contact because I have my opinions, they have theirs, I respect theirs. I just hope they respect mine. So same with clothing. That's why I tell people, dress to your best. But there's one rule, clean, come clean, and no broken clothes. Clean and look fresh. Or else you will scare away people. Like it or not, people will judge you. That's the fact. If you think that's not fair, you know what? Get over it. Life is not fair. If you think life's going to be fair, you're going to be crazy. Accept it. Life is not fair.
You are amazing, Marco. Love it. Okay. Well, we've got so much going on. This is the month. I think November is going to, this year, November will be the biggest month of the year. Don't you think?
Sorry to interrupt you. I have to run. I'm running my own team call in 1 minute. So I have to run. You can keep talking. I just want to say, take advantage of the campaign. It starts with what's on your calendar for the next 72 hours. You're not where you want to be. Book more meetings for next meeting because more meetings means more money. Better result.
I love it.
I got excited.
Yes.
Thank you, Marco. Let's thank him, everybody. You're amazing, Marco. Thank you for your time. We so appreciate you. I know you've got to run.
Remember, I started, everybody said no. If I can do it, you can do it. I just decided every day, ask myself, what did I do today to grow myself? What did I do today to grow my business? If I can do it, you can do it. Patience, consistency, and get fired up about where you're going.
Yes!
Woohoo! We're fired up. Thanks, Marco. Yay, Marco.
Wow,
Okay.
awesome.
Det var helt fantastisk. Og jeg vil bare lige runde af, fordi at vi plejer, jeg har faktisk skrevet til ham, vi havde en halv times teammøde, men jeg vil altså ikke stoppe ham. Jeg håber, at det er okay for alle. Men hvor er han bare fantastisk, og jeg har lært så meget. Jeg har flere notater over det hele her. Men lad os få en fantastisk november alle sammen. Vi har, hvis I ikke har 200% lige nu, så er det den her måned, I kan stadigvæk få den 200%. Og det er her, der kommer i gang nu. Og bare tænk på, hvis man nu fik 2 Ultimate Kids i den her uge, og hjælpe dem, og fik nogle kunder ind, så havde I jeres 8 point. Og hvis I hjælper dem til silver, så har I 200%. Så en silver, det er, de mangler 375, men du får jo 1050. Så 2 Ultimate Kids, som går silver, det vil være
jeg kan have med, så fik jeg ikke det med.
Executive.
Yes.
Det er så doable for alle. Det er simpelthen noget, som alle kan jo gøre. Og det handler om, som man siger, møder og flere møder. Er vi klar?
Ja.
Fantastisk. Kan I have en fantastisk... Vi skal have den bedste november nogensinde. Det bliver bare den bedste måned i hele året. Det er jeg ikke i tvivl om. Er vi klar?
Med uden grydelåg.
Kan I have det godt så?
Ja, det er
en fantastisk teammøde, og jeg poster det lige om lidt, så alle også kan høre det, det ikke var på. Hej hej!